guys, welcome back to my channel. I am coming back at you with another financial update. So this is our financial update for June. And if you watched my previous video, I shared with you that we took a big chunk of money out of our 401k to pay off a large chunk of our debt, but it wasn't quite enough to pay off all of our debt because for some reason there was a limit for how much we were allowed to take out. So I shared with you that we had $2,015.99 left in debt, which was all left over from my son Killian's medical bills. So I shared with you that I was hoping to get it paid off by July. And I have some exciting news. We got it paid off in June. So fun fact, how we figured out how we were able to pay it off sooner is my husband has an HSA through his work, and he contributes a little bit to it every month, and then so does his company. And we use that account to pay for our chiropractor. And anyway, I asked my husband, I was like, hey, do you want to check that account and like see if we have any extra in there to see if that can go towards paying off Killian's bills? And lo and behold, we had an extra $500 sitting in that account. So thanks to finding this $500 that we didn't even realize we had, we were able to pay off all of Killian's medical bills. So we paid off $2,015.99. So we, as of today, are officially debt-free. We're broke, but we're debt-free. So super exciting news there. Obviously now our next goal for financial freedom is to stay out of debt. And we are mostly following Dave Ramsey's plan to the best of our abilities. I really like Dave Ramsey. There is a few things that I feel like when you have a big family and you live off of one income aren't always as practical to follow. I'm sure there's probably people out there who agree with me and probably some who disagree with me, but Dave Ramsey recommends like certain things like you should get a 15-year mortgage, which we do not. We have a 30-year mortgage. Our plan is to eventually get it paid off sooner, but it just wasn't feasible for us to make it a 15-year mortgage. Our mortgage would have been so high. And we have a really great interest rate because we got in before all the interest rates hiked up. So I don't even know if we could have even gotten a cheaper interest rate if we switched to a 15-year. Definitely now we would not be able to. Anyway, another thing that he recommends is to never have a car payment. And I totally understand the logic there, but again, for our situation, there's just no possible way that we could save up enough money to buy a large vehicle outright. So for those of you who've been watching my channel for a long time, I have 5 children. My husband and I have 5 children together, and we're at max capacity for our minivan we have. And eventually, if we decide to grow our family, like we're going to need a bigger car, and there's just no way that we are going to be able to get a bigger car for cheap. And yeah, anyway, it's just, those are one things I know inevitably down the road, we're going to have to get a car payment. We'll save up as much as we can to like put a good down payment on it. But eventually we are going to have to get a new car if we decide to grow our family. So if that's something we want to do down the road, we're going to need a bigger car. And I'm not going to wait to, start a family before buying a new car. And like for a little bit, maybe we could make do with like driving 2 cars everywhere, but I don't want to do that forever. Anyway, I digress. Went in a little segue there. But so our next goal now is that we're debt free, is to get 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund. And we're starting back at square one with our emergency fund because something went wonky with our taxes and we had to pay in. So we now have to pay money back to the government, which is a bummer. And so now we obviously had to take that out of our emergency fund. So now we're back at square one. So our next goal is to hopefully get 3 to 6 months emergency fund fully funded. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll see how that goes. I'm thinking that we're gonna just go for the 3 months right now. And then we can probably slowly keep adding on to that, but like be really aggressive and kind of halt all other spending until we at least get 3 months in there. And then maybe kind of coast and slowly add, but not as aggressive is our next plan. And then after that, like we are still, my husband is still contributing to his 401k. I stopped contributing to my Roth just while we were trying to get all this debt paid off. But now for August, I will start contributing again to my Roth. And then I think once we get the emergency fund fully funded, our next goal is to then start saving up for a car as much as we can. So basically it's going to be emergency fund. Then the next plan is car. And then once the car fund is, I don't know, we'll go as long as we can make it with our one car. Like we all fit in it fine right now. So maybe like at least for the next year or whatever, get as much money stockpiled to buy a car. So at least we can have a really tiny car payment is the hope. And then after that, our next goal is then to just be really investing, and then probably trying to put extra on our house too to get that paid off sooner. Just because, and I know this is kind of a controversial thing too. People are like, just invest, and don't pay off your house sooner. And other people are like, pay off your house sooner, invest less. So, it's kind of interesting. Hopefully at some point we'll be into a position where we can invest a good amount and also pay off our house. And my only thinking is that like the sooner we get our house paid off, the more money I can invest. So I understand both sides of the coin, but that is our update for June. I know it is now like almost mid-July, but I wanted to give you guys a financial update for June. And that's where we're currently sitting. So we are debt-free, and our next steps are to refill that emergency fund, start saving up as much as we can for a car, because eventually we are going to need a bigger car. And then after that, it's going to be investing and paying off the house. Yeah, let me know, guys, if you want to keep getting updates on kind of our financial journey now that we're out of debt, and hopefully, fingers crossed, stay out of debt this time. Just kind of like what we're doing, investing. I like watching people to show, like, learn how much they've like made in their like investing and financial journey in general. I'm thinking too about sharing just some different videos about things I do with being a like stay-at-home mom with 5 kids and how I save money and grocery shopping. I used to do grocery hauls a lot, and I know that's a lot more challenging now. I definitely don't think I could, I don't think I could be as crazy and spend $25 a week anymore like I used to. I think it'd be really hard. Yeah, so if you have any ideas or suggestions for future content you would like to see on this channel, leave a comment down below. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys some gardening updates. It's my second year being like pretty intense gardener, and I really enjoy gardening and preserving the food I grow. So I am going to be sharing with you guys a canning video, so keep your eyes out for that. And yeah, so if, again, as always, if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. All right, bye.